What defines a winner? Is it someone strong? Someone who can support others? Someone who can handle anything thrown their way? Or maybe someone who can make choices with full confidence, knowing they'd never regret them? In the battles you face, no student is strong enough to take on all these roles. At least, that's what you would think. But that expression on your face, Sensei, you know someone who fits that role, don't you? Of course you do. The strongest student in Gehenna Academy. One so feared and well-respected. One who shakes the earth with the mention of her name. Yes, her name is Hanuma Makoto! President of the Gehenna Academy Student Council, leader of the Pandemonium Society. Be in awe of my presence.
Yay, Makoto!
Yes, praise me! So, Sensei, I hear you've been saving those pirate scenes for someone worthy of your time. Well, Sensei, that time is now. Huh? Do I sense hesitation in your voice? Well, how about I break it down for you? Ibuki! Iroha! Presentation time!
Makoto is super duper strong! So strong that the numbers are lots! Makoto even let Ibuki draw to show you, Sensei!
A fitting depiction of my power. Next slide!
Did you know that there are 0 sightings of Makoto being defeated in battle? It's because she's so strong that the only time she has lost a battle has been due to the fault of those around her.
And if those testimonies aren't enough for you, we've even gathered the opinions of the masses.
Today's guide video will feature the best girl of Gehenna, who, if you may ask, she's the strongest, the most elegant, the greatest leader of all time. He is no other than the head of the Prefect Team.
Wait, isn't this
Sorasaki Hina.
Hina? Iroha, you did tell the guy we hired to make the video based on the strongest student in Gehenna Academy, right?
Yeah? I told him just like you said. No need to tell him. They'd automatically know it's me.
Well, turn it off! Quickly! Before Sensei catches on!
Huh? That's weird. Can't seem to close the video. Must be the batteries.
Do we need more batteries? Ibuki can get some.
The video! Turn it off now!
Before her performance, let's discuss her numbers. Just like her other variants, Hina is an explosive machine gun striker, but this time she wears an elastic armor, making her resistant to explosive attacks and neutral on the other 2 attack types. In terms of combat power, it's S rank indoors, A rank on field terrain, and D rank on urban terrain. Her equipment is composed of a hat, a badge, and a watch. She's the 3rd student in the game with this particular set of equipment, the other ones being Iroha, Mika, and the 3.5 anniversary unit, Iroko Terror. For a back unit, she gains a significant amount of health and evasion with her badge, at the expense of crit that she would get from a hairpin. Regardless, the hat and the watch gives her a substantial amount of critical damage. At 3 stars level 90 with tier 9 equipment and with her skill buffs, Hina has 43,275 HP, 6,317 attack, 552 accuracy, 747 crit, and 245% crit damage. She also has a built-in 357 defense piercing. At relationship rank 20 on all versions of miniature, she gains a total of 311 attack and 1535 max HP. Let's jump directly to her current maximum potential at EW50, which will grant her 54,017 max HP and 10,628 attack. Limit breaking her after reaching 5 stars level 90 will increase her max HP, attack, and healing by 775, 158, and 199 respectively at level 25. Her exclusive weapon is her MG42 that she treats as part of herself. Normally, this weapon and its wielder is 99% of Prefect Team's power, but just this once, he handles it carefully and wholeheartedly for the sake of someone. Destroyer of Denouement. At 2 stars, her enhanced skill is upgraded with additional flat stat. At 3 stars, her combat power indoors is improved to SS. As expected from an anniversary unit, Hina holds destructive and fearsome power. Nothing would stand on her way once she reached full potential at EW50. We've seen her numbers. Now, let's hear her performance through her skills. Before we discuss her EX skill, let's witness her opening act, thorough preparation. And once, at the start of the battle, this basic skill increases her explosive effectiveness by 64.91% and her accuracy by 541. Let's put the accuracy buff into a perspective. In Kaiten, Hina can perfectly hit all rangers without worrying about their evasion. In Gregorius, Hina has 63.82% hit chance against the choir members. However, this can be remedied by Mina's EX and basic skill. Hina's EX skill is called Opening Ishbosheth, and this 6-cost EX skill will activate her domain expansion. It switches her to a concentrated firing stance, wherein she cannot move nor deal basic attacks for 10 seconds. This stance will also end if she's inflicted with a crowd control effect or she's defeated. Her skill will be withdrawn 3 times, and each withdrawn skill is changed depending on the number of uses. 1. The first note of the melody. This shot deals 618 damage to all enemies in a straight line. All subsequent enemies will take 45% less damage per hit. This reduction is limited to a minimum of 10% of the original damage. The cherry on top, this shot also ignores stability, hence dealing the maximum damage possible. Also, this skill will reset the duration of her concentrated stance to 10 seconds. 2. The second note of the melody. And this shot shares the exact same damage and properties as the first note. And 3. The final melody. And this shot deals 1288% damage to all enemies in a straight line. This shot also shares the same properties as the previous 2 melodies, but afterwards this will end her concentrated stance. Her subskill is called My Sincere Feelings. And whenever Hina is at her concentrated stance, her explosive effectiveness is increased by 63.51% and she's completely immune to taunt. However, Hina is still vulnerable against other types of crowd control, like stun, fear, and confusion. Combining her basic and sub-skill, she gets a total of 128.42% explosive effectiveness. And lastly, her enhanced skill is called a Performer's Mindset, and this increases her attack and crit rate by 16.2%. At EW40, she acquires 506 more attack and 152 crit rate. Now we've seen her stats and skills. Let's discuss her strengths and weaknesses. Many could argue that Hina is currently the strongest explosive striker unit in the game as of the release of this video. Players would say that she's even stronger than Mika because Hina's damage doesn't scale with the target's current HP percentage. Her damage output is ridiculously strong, given that she has numerous offensive buffs on her own, and her EX skill completely disregards stability. Mix those buffs with her supports like Hoshino Swimsuit, Himari, or Hadecamp, or either versions of Akko, and you get an absolute power creep of a character. Additionally, Hina is the 4th ever student who wields an elastic armor. Basically, she takes less damage from enemies with an explosive attack type, like Hieronymus, and she takes neutral damage everywhere else, unless Nexon release a total assault boss with a sonic attack type, which is definitely possible. You could say that Hina is perfect, as she truly is, but we know that her kit may have some vulnerabilities. First, her EX skill requires 6 skill points to use. Considering her damage output of her EX skill, this is a minor setback. And if you need to reduce her cost, Puka New Year, Kuroko Swimsuit, and Kokona might help. However, Oi's EX skill might not work as intended. Or is it? You see, Oi's EX skill halves her target's skill cost for 2 uses. But why Hina's EX skill cost still 6 after she fired all 3 shots? Let's read Oi's EX skill description again. It says that the cost reduction is good for 2 uses. And if you examine Hina's EX skill, her shots are also considered EX skills. So the cost reduction is already consumed after Hina's first shot. Her immunity to taunt prevents her from exiting her concentrated firing stance. This is really useful against Kaiten Phase 1, where the Red Ranger often taunts her strikers. Of course, there's always a possibility that the Red Ranger might cancel Hina's skill if they taunt before Hina gets the immunity. Also, the Kaiten robot can cancel Hina's stance as one of the rocket attacks can inflict stun. Speaking of the concentrated firing stance, it's important to note that Hina can move at all unless the 10-second duration is over. Inflicted by other crowd control effects like stun and confusion, he gets defeated or till she fires all 3 shots of her EX skills. During Hina's banner, the Total Assault Hieronymus made its triumphant return after 11 months, when the Torment difficulty made its debut. To celebrate this reunion, JP and global players beat it horribly, to the point that claiming Torment won't guarantee you a warm and comfortable seat in the Platinum ranks. Okay, sure, the Hyro raid took place in an indoor warfare, where Hina's best at. What about Hina's performance on urban warfare? Turns out, she's still underperformed by Hinonomi Swimsuit. This was proven by top players when the Grand Assault Hieronymus came out on JP for the first time. In conclusion, is Hina actually broken? No, she's not. She's elegantly broken. Hina excels in dealing exceptional damage in exchange of cost and complexity of her mechanic. Her presence completely redefined the meta, and she allowed us to surpass our limits even further. She's way too good to be missed, and I hope that you got her from her banner. But of course, at the end of the day, gamble for the one closest to your heart. And that's it for Hina Dress Guide video. We briefly discussed why she's great, based on her stats and her skills. So, which upcoming student should I discuss next? Let me know in the comment. And if you want more Blue Archive content and live streams, then go ahead and subscribe now. I also stream on twitch.tv/tumogumodu. And I would like to thank my team of voice actresses and scriptwriters for making this kit, especially Miyuyus who voiced Hina. Check out her Twitch, links down below. That's it for now, and I'll see you on the next one.
Well, thankfully, we can confirm that this video was a complete lie! That's right, it's all a PSYOP from the Prefect Team! They can say whatever they want, but if Hina were right here and now, I'd turn her into Swiss cheese!
Well, Makoto,
Hina!
we'd better start shooting. Looks like we're in for it now. I'm going on lunch break. Come on, Ibuki. I'll buy you something.
Hi, Miss Hina. Bye, Miss Hina.
Well, Makoto. Shall we? Sorry you had to see that, Sensei. I won't lie, it's pretty embarrassing to hear all those things. Having my own strengths and weaknesses be revealed to you. I usually prefer not to think about those things. Sensei, may I make a selfish request? I know this won't probably change anything, but... Could you look for me not for my strengths, but instead... just so we can spend time together?